My mom knew I was sick. I'm still sick. I had to have surgeries and scans. My mom never came to help me. She came to visit me one time in the hospital. She was there for 3 days and then she left because she can't leave her cats alone for that long. While her daughter was fighting for her life, my mother chose her cats. Hello, my lovely coven, sick and tired here, and today we are watching some more bad parenting TikToks. Discussing bad parenting and childhood trauma is what we focus on this channel. If that's something that interests you, I would please ask that you consider hitting the subscribe button, turning on likes and notifications, that way you never miss your weekly support group. You can also get these same videos on Rumble, so you can see and hear our survivors' voices, raw and uncensored. And I always have trouble with intros because I feel awkward, so let's get going.
You have to be joking. I'm getting my nails done, and my mom calls the store because I have to be home by 5 to watch her kids because she has a work event. Promise tomorrow. I'm 17 and I have to come home to take care of our kids. I've taken care of them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today is Friday, and then I'm taking care of them, waking up at 9 in the morning on prom day to take care of them.
This is so upsetting. And especially for me, this is really upsetting because this happened to me growing up my whole life. I was the oldest daughter, and by a big number too. I was 7 years older than my brother, 14 years older than my middle sister, and 16 years older than my baby sister. So I was expected to be home all the time to watch my siblings. When they had any free time, when my dad came home, then they started partying, and I'd be expected to take care of the kids, cook for them, take them to school, take them to their doctor's appointments. And even if my mom was home, I was still expected to take my brothers and sisters to school and pick them up because my mom was too busy, socializing. And is that the right way to say it? Doing other things, shopping, just whatever. And I was her babysitter. I won't get into it too much. If you watch my channel regularly, you already know where this conversation's going. You already know where I'm going next with this. I won't do it again, I promise. So I feel her pain, and this is so unacceptable to do this to your children.
I'm 17. Me being born was not a social contract to me taking care of your kids anytime. I was in the middle of getting my nails done. Half of it is done. The gems are not on because we didn't have time to put them on, and it's just the drawings, and half of it has, half of it doesn't. I paid $118 for unfinished nails.
She was in the middle of getting her nails done, and it was like, no, you gotta leave. Wow.
Because my mom... What if I said no? What if I just say no to taking care of your kids? They're not my kids. Find a babysitter. I'm 17 and your daughter, that doesn't mean I'm just your personal babysitter. I can't do this anymore. I couldn't even get my prom nails done. I can't do this. And I wouldn't be mad if every other girl my age was could do this freely. Because I'm always watching the kids. They're always going out. I haven't hung out with anyone in maybe 2 months. Because every night I'm watching the kids. And I'm so done. And it's been like this for the past 5 years. I'm so done.
You have to figure out a way to make this stop because it's not going to quit just because you turn 18, you become an adult, you move out, whatever, it's not going to stop. Parents like that will keep doing the same things even when you're an adult. In fact, as you age into an adult, they're going to start treating you like a child. It's really, really strange. You have to put your foot down now and firm. And something that my sister said to me that always stuck with me is, Mom and Dad, they're not gods. They're not kings. They're just people. If you say something that hurts their feelings, who gives a f? You have to start making your voice heard and saying no. Otherwise, it's never going to stop, even as you get older. I'm proof positive of that. Look at me. I'm 41 years old, and I still have issues with boundaries with my mom because I never stood up for myself. And it is not your job to take care of your siblings. It's not. That might be divisive. A lot of people might think I'm wrong on that. I don't care. Parents, it is not your oldest child's job to take care of your children. You need to figure out a way to take care of your kids. You shouldn't be having kids with the idea that your older child is going to help you take care of them. That is not okay.
I'm coming.
His son fell in the lake, but I took my time getting him out? Why? God forbid he should drop the fishing pole.
I'm coming. Okay.
I wanted to teach him something.
I knew you was gonna find out. It's okay. Look, you're okay. I knew you was gonna fall out of the boat. You kept playing like that. You're okay though, right? Yeah, Bob. Hey.
That was the most unenthusiastic high five ever. If you knew he was gonna fall out, why didn't you stop him? I know sometimes we have to let kids do things. That's the way they learn. I don't know. What do you think about that one? That one felt icky. I don't know. It felt like he wasn't so much that he wanted to teach him a lesson and more like he just didn't want to put the fishing pole down. I don't like it, but I don't know. Maybe you guys will think that's the only way he'll learn, right? He just sounded so sad.
They want to do, what it's called?
Taki Nella.
They want to do the Wendy Taki meal food review. And if you ask me, it's disgusting. It smells disgusting, but there y'all go. It's crazy. I ain't eating that shit. I'm eating something totally different, y'all. I'm not eating this shit.
It says shake.
I'm really hungry right now too. Gosh, I love Wendy's. Okay, yeah, look at her face. Why is she looking like that? She looks absolutely disgusted at them. She seems like a grumpy older sister. Why is she being like that to her kids?
Sandwich. They don't want to see you eat no motherfucking fry. Get to the sandwich. You play too much. I couldn't watch my food with your ass.
Okay, we got a sandwich.
Oh my gosh. Why is she swearing at her kids like that? For 2026, let's normalize not swearing at our kids excessively. A swear will slip here and there, but let's not just swear around our kids, especially when they're that little. Let's normalize that. Point of view, trying to cook dinner, but you live with an almond mom. Yeah, I lived with one too. They are a nightmare. Oh wait, the caption was so small I missed it. Hang on, what did that say? I knew the egg whisk would set her off. Oh my God. You guys, when I think I've seen the craziest of crazy, it just keeps getting worse. Wait for it. I'm sure you've got high cholesterol.
Yeah. I'm using it for my chicken. Mind your own business. Such an old-fashioned, completely old view. It's not. It's not bad for you. I want you to leave me alone.
I'm going to talk to you. You need to
leave me
talk
alone,
to.
please.
You need to go on a calorie controlled diet and have lower cholesterol.
Okay, leave
You're
me
getting too
alone.
fat and your cholesterol's high,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay. Obviously. Yeah.
That's probably what the doctor would tell you.
That is exactly what the doctor would tell me.
Why don't you try it off then?
Yeah. Why don't I?
Wow, my heart is really broken after watching that. That's really sad.
You're fat. You're fat and your doctor would tell you that.
You just hate your daughter, don't you? You just straight up hate her. I'd assume she's jealous because she's absolutely beautiful. I need to understand where this kind of thinking comes from because I don't get it. My mom was like that too. She would call me fat. She would tell me I had a fat ass and not a PHAT one. She would talk about my sisters behind their back. And you know what's funny is my mom would be like,
Oh, your sister, you should see how much weight she's gained.
and I'll be like, I think that she still looks beautiful. She'll be like,
Well, I didn't say she didn't look beautiful.
they know they're wrong. See that reaction right there? They know what they're doing and saying is wrong. I have always heard from my mom as well. She absolutely does not touch eggs because they are so bad. They're full of cholesterol. She never eats them. I eat eggs. That's one of my favorite foods. And they're so easy to eat. They're really easy on your stomach if you have, like for me, I have dysautonomia. So I have digestive issues. Do eggs make you fat? Question mark. No, eggs do not inherently make you fat. Moderate egg consumption is generally not associated with obesity. Okay, are eggs bad for your cholesterol? All right, Mayo Clinic, very good place. I went there actually when I was having my issues. So chicken eggs are an affordable source of protein and other nutrients. They're also naturally high in cholesterol, but the cholesterol in eggs doesn't seem to raise cholesterol levels the way some other foods do, such as those high in trans fats and saturated fats. Most people can eat up to 7 eggs a week without increasing their risk of heart disease. Okay, so eat the eggs. Leave people alone with the whole egg thing, okay? I do want to also point out that it's so funny to me that, oh, I can't have eggs, they're high in cholesterol. Yet my mom will pound like an 18-pack of beer like every other night. I don't think that's good for your heart. I'm just saying. Why didn't you tell your mom anything? Me when I tried to express my feelings to my mom. I guess I'm just the worst parent. I'm getting so exhausted. I think I might need to start talking about other things because I don't know how much more of this I could take, you guys. Again, normalize not swearing at your children, especially F-bombs. Let's keep it PG-13. She is trying to talk to her mom and her mom is just, do you hear that voice? Oh, I'd be crying too. And she says, I'm not crying because of what my sister did. I'm crying because you won't listen. And then, oh, I guess it's my fault. I'm just the worst mom in the world. When they say that, next time just say, yeah, would I be the worst dad for taking this trip without my wife? I don't even need to hear the rest. Yes, but let's listen. Because how dare you go without me, sir?
My dad last week. My son is 7 days old. He's tiny. He's perfect. But here's the thing, though. I just won a free cruise through my work. It's a 7-day Caribbean cruise, balcony suite, all inclusive. It's one of those once in a lifetime perks that they only give out to one employee a year. So here's where I'm stuck.
Okay.
My wife obviously can't go. She's recovering, she's breastfeeding, she's barely sleeping, and I know she needs help at home. But my best friend said, dude, you've earned it. She'll be fine. Go recharge before you dive into dad life. And honestly,
Who's your friend giving you this?
Want to go.
Who is this friend that's giving you this advice? That is trash advice. That's
You think it's trash advice? You think he's steering
Your
me wrong?
son is a week old. The last thing you should be doing to your partner, your wife, is leaving her for an entire week as she's managing being a parent for the first time too. Look, I don't have kids, but from everything I've heard from friends, the last thing you should want to do is leave your wife as she's navigating being a new mom. She needs your help.
Okay.
And you're about to go sip drinks that have a little umbrella in them. Are you kidding me, Kirk?
Hi, it's a different day. I had to stop for a little bit because figure skating was on. Yeah, what are you doing, Kirk? You can't go on a cruise without your wife. You can't go, Kirk. Sorry. Point of view, your biggest op is your parents.
Yeah, when I get older, I'm gonna have a big house, a nice car, a lot of land.
With what money? With what money? You don't have any money. Where are you gonna go?
I'm talking about like maybe 5 to 10 years from now.
Right, and you're broke right now, so what makes you think in 10 years you're gonna have any money? Come on, go to your room. I don't even want to hear all.
I can't wait to be successful with my music, my art, my talents.
Honey, that's so cute. You know, you have to get a job. You gotta go to college. I mean, you can think about all that later on. You can use that as like a little hobby. But to say that you're gonna be successful and famous, that's just no. I thought I told you I hate it when you dress like that. It makes you look weird.
Oh, this is just my style. I mean, I'm trying to find something new. I think it looks really cool. And
no, you just look stupid. You look corny. You look out of place. Go put something regular on.
Yeah, my partner got me flowers, and they're so sweet, and they're just so kind to me, and I'm just so happy with them.
I mean, you can be all happy about it now, but when they start cheating on you, they start stealing money from you, they start abusing you, they start doing all this stuff, don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay, first of all, I'm extremely young, and we just started dating, so...
It can start at any time. They don't love you. They only want you for your body. They don't love you.
I feel happy.
Well, don't. Okay, because I haven't been happy since the day you were born, and actually prior to that, I can't remember the last time I've been happy. So what makes you think that you get to be happy around me? I don't know what that's about.
That first one, well, you know it takes money, right? I can't tell you how many times I would tell my mom, when I get older, I want to live by the ocean and I want to have this kind of car or whatever. She would be so passive aggressive about it because she wouldn't say it like to me because she's a bitch, but she would say it to my dad. She'd like turn to him and be like,
Isn't it so funny how kids just don't realize you need money to do this stuff?
you're right. I do need money. Why don't you help me make a path where I'm successful and I make the money to be able to do the things I love? Yeah, right. Because like she says at the end, no narcissistic, emotionally immature parent wants their child to be more successful than them. They want them to be miserable, just like them, because misery loves company.
Why are we hearing about family estrangement so much right now?
Yes. So, as a psychiatrist for the last 20 years, I have seen this in my office time and time again. I have seen adult children have a rupture in their relationship with their parents, with their siblings, and it's very painful. But I do think that we live in a culture where it's become more socially acceptable. There's less shame associated with it. The rise of therapy speak words like narcissism, toxicity, trauma, gaslighting have made it into mainstream culture. People are becoming more aware that they have options. They're going to therapy more. They're talking about abuse and neglect, and they want more. I do think that there's a lot of expectations on the families for the parents to be the best and do the best, not only financially provide, educationally provide, emotionally provide. And the nuclear family just has too much pressure on it, the kids to succeed. And all of this causes us to have a lot of grievances, resentment, and expectations.
Okay, whoa. Nobody's asking for their parent to be perfect. All we're asking is for parents that don't belittle us, shame us. We want parents that encourage us and help us along the way. We had parents that were always trying to keep us down. We had parents that were telling us that we were fat and ugly and that our dreams were unachievable, just like the previous video. There might be more pressure on the parents to, not to neglect their kids. That's like the bare minimum that we're asking for. So much pressure to not do that.
I didn't even know that this was an option to just stop speaking to your parents. I didn't even know you could just say and give no explanation. I have a friend of mine. She had dinner with her daughter 2 days ago, who's 30-something. 2 days later, she gets a letter, a box with a phone. She thought her daughter had been kidnapped because it said, "I no longer want to speak to you," and didn't give any explanation. And she thought everything was fine.
Now, I personally wouldn't go no contact with my mom and not tell her why. I would actually talk to her first about the issues that I'm having with our relationship, how I'm feeling, and tell her what needs to happen for us to improve it. And if she didn't do any of that, then I would move on to, okay, you know what? It's not working. We're going no contact or very low contact. And I guess that's just up to how you want to do it. Now, I think these parents are so far gone, they don't realize that they're being given signals or hints or that their child is trying to talk to them. I think they're so narcissistic that they don't even realize that it has been brought to their attention. And then they're shocked when the child goes no contact.
First of all, this is a very complicated topic. And I think that we never want someone to stay in an situation, right?
Yes.
But when I think about the buckets, there's one bucket of things like neglect, bad things that happen to a person in the relationship.
Well, we would get that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's a bucket of good things that never happened. Did I feel validated? Did I feel understood? Did I feel appreciated?
And then there's a third bucket for those of us that had both.
And when those things are missing, and instead we have very critical behaviors, harshness in the relationship, a lot of kids say that I never felt loved, I never felt that this person was proud of me, or that they're what we call parentified child. The child has to take care of the emotional needs of the parent because the parent is emotionally immature or financially can't handle it or whatever. So I feel like there's a lot of buckets that can explain this.
So that third one, how we've made it acceptable to do these things, I sort of feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this happens a lot more in the United States and perhaps in Britain than it does in other countries. My mother once told me when my sister and I were fighting, and as children do, she once said to me, she sat me down and said, one day we're going to be gone, meaning the elders.
Your siblings are the longest time.
And you will one day find yourself in dire straits, and there's only one other person in this world, not your friends, not your people you work
Spouse.
with, one person who's tied to you from birth, and that's your sister. And you should always remember that, even as you are at loggerheads.
I don't care if people disagree with me. I'm going to say it. That is a very stupid way of thinking. That is that old school blood is thicker than water mentality. For me, when the chips were down, there was one person that was always there for me, and that was my husband. Nobody else was there. When things were really hard for me, when I was struggling at my most, my mom knew I was sick. I'm still sick. I had to have surgeries and scans, and all kinds of different issues were going on. I've been dealing with it for 7 years. The first 2 years were really, really rough. My mom never came to help me. She came to visit me one time in the hospital. She was there for 3 days, and then she left because she can't leave her cats alone for that long. While her daughter was fighting for her life, my mother chose her cats. My husband was there with me the whole time, holding my hand, taking me to my appointments, helping me learn how to walk again, helping me eat, helping me bathe, all this stuff. My mom didn't help me with any of that. So I'm sorry. When she's gone, oh, you'll only have your sisters. Okay, that's fine. Me and my sisters would get along. But you know what? My husband is the one person that was there for me. He's not blood, but I've decided that he is.
How do you head it off at the pass so it doesn't come to this?
Well, nobody wants to take accountability. We don't want to take responsibility, and that is so hard. That we have to take responsibility in relationships to repair, to apologize.
People need to take accountability. In this instant, I'm using parents, but they don't. It's rare. It's really, really rare to have a parent take accountability.
Hey, you wanna see your narcissistic parent? Sure. Oh, I miss when you were little. You used to be so sweet. Just a tiny baby I could hold in my arms. Oh, and you were such a good kid. I wish you could be 4 again. How does that make them narcissistic? It's not what they're saying. It's the meaning behind it. I'm listening. Narcissists don't have children to build a family. What then? They have children because they want possessions. Possessions? Yeah, like tools, objects they can use. That's horrible. Think of it this way. They don't look at you and think, there's my kid. What do they think? They look and think, there's my phone. A phone? I know it sounds crazy, but think about it. What do you use your phone for? I don't know, information, communication, entertainment. Right, to get your needs met. Yeah, and that's exactly how a narcissistic parent uses their children. So they don't care about the person you're becoming. They only care about what you can do for them. So they wish you were little because it was easier to make you do stuff. Yes.
My mom, all the time, she does say, oh, I wish you guys were little again. I miss when you guys were little. But she mainly says it because she just wants everybody to live with her. Maybe that's why entertainment, I don't know.
I don't speak to my parents anymore. What's wrong with you? Excuse me? They raised you. How could you do that to them? My dad hit me constantly, and my mom did nothing to protect me. But they're still your... Oh no, don't do that. Do what? You grew up with safe parents. So you believe parents equals safety. Yeah, I grew up with parents, so I know that isn't always true. But you won't acknowledge that because it breaks your worldview. No, I'm just saying, so instead of questioning my parents, you question me because my pain makes you uncomfortable. So you say things like, but they're still your parents, to shut me up, so you can go back to feeling comfortable. I'm sorry, but I've just never experienced that. Well, I've never experienced safe parents, but you don't see me questioning you.
Very, very well said. And for all of the crap that my mom gives me about how I parent, because I definitely parent much different than she did, I might not make dinner every night. The house might not be as sparkling clean as my mom kept hers. There's one thing that my daughter has. Well, there's a lot, but I mean in this context. There's one thing my daughter has that I never had, and that was safety.
How old were you when you realized that there was literally nobody in your family that you looked up to, that you had absolutely no role models, you had nobody that you admired or anybody that you wanted to emulate, nothing but just a bunch of people who you thought were terrible and you never wanted to be like? And how's that working for you now? Did you ever find somebody to look up to? Did it make it easier?
I definitely didn't have anybody to look up to in my family. So I looked up to video game characters. I know that that probably sounds crazy, but that's what I did in my spare time. And to get away, I played video games. So number one, always looked up to Lara Croft. She's a badass. She was strong. She was confident. She was very beautiful. and she did whatever she wanted. Probably what I love the most is just she was free, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be free. So that is it for our crazy parent TikToks. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to watch more insane parent TikToks, I will put links on the screen at the end of the video that you can click on so that you can watch more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much.